no wiggle room, is there? So close towards the end of the season, points drop really matter at this stage of the year. Points gained equally mean so much as well. Chris Kendall, referee tonight. Jack Smith on duty in the video booth as we get underway. Up in the air from Harry Smith. Warrington get first touch of the ball. And it's Yates who leads the charge to bring them back, but Wigan looking to just give the authority to the situation early on with a big four-man meet and greet. And it'll be a tough battle here for Warrington to get out of this ground.
Yeah, Lord, I was fortunate enough to play in many of these fixtures, and let me tell you, they're really physical. They've been built up. Every game that these two sides play, it's always built up. And I just think it's going to be massive. The lads talked about the battle up front, and the forwards, let me tell you, they'll know exactly what to expect early on. First 10 or 15 minutes, it's going to be all on.
Well, they are two teams for big occasions. 3 of their last 4 meetings have been at Wembley Stadium, Las Vegas and Newcastle for Magic Weekend, so they tend to decorate those big affairs. But it's at the more mundane Warrington, if you like, here tonight. Kick up and down into the hands of Marshall. And Marshall looking to return towards that halfway mark as well. So early chance for Wigan to get a touch off the ball. Zach Eckersley playing tonight on the wing. Growing reputation he's had as well in the last season or so.
Yeah, he's another one of those talented youngsters just making the way in the game, isn't he? Zach Eckersley. He's got plenty of pluses next to his name. He really does know how to play. Cade Ellis. Again, it's going to be a big game from him at the back, just a link between the outside backs and those middle unit players.
Well, the noise is terrific here, by the way. I hope you're picking that up at home, because it's a wonderful atmosphere. Both sets of fans in great voice at the moment, full of expectation. Last play of the set here for Wigan. Harry Smith again putting it high, and leaping up there is Josh Dewlis. But again, it's typical of Wigan's reaction to anyone who gets the ball close to the touchline. They'll try and drag you out of play. Not successful, but it's a difficult place on the pitch for the wire to start here.
And this is where Wigan like to get you, isn't it? Trap you in the corner and just ask so many questions. Like to get into your face. Fast line speed, it's a real deterrent to the man who's carrying the ball.
Such in the middle, and King getting himself involved as well here. But they've only got a couple of plays to go here, Warrington. They are running out of time and space. Zach Gardner, player making his home debut this evening. Kick down the field. He's going to bounce into the hands of Jake Field, or maybe not, because it was a little more awkward than he was expecting. The line is good. Fields had a push, and he's had a sprint, but there's no way forward.
Well, in games like this, it's so important that you've got a really good kicking game, and both halves for Warrington. George Williams and Max, they'll be very good at placing the ball. They've got to keep on trying to turn this big Wigan side around. But it's what they do defensively that Lachlan Fitzgibbon went hunting, then just couldn't quite get the contact.
Obviously towards the halfway line. Here comes Ethan Havard to try and get them another stride or two further downfield. It's back with O'Neill. Ellis slinging it back. December comes on that angle again, challenging that Warrington defence. One play to go here for Wigan. Shifted left by O'Neill, and Field with a little chip and a chase. He runs into Vaughan. The referee says nothing wrong with that. Williams picks up, and Warrington have it back. And then a big hit, which belatedly the referee decides was unfair. Penalty goes Warrington's way.
Well, 2 big moments though. Jay Field gets the ball, he tries to pull a penalty out of the referee, saying that he was impeded by Vaughan, and then all of a sudden there's a bit of an uplift. There's a penalty. First penalty of the game goes to Warrington's way. Jake Field is just getting upended. You see, he just makes a beeline, doesn't he, for Vaughan? He doesn't move, doesn't step into him.
Absolutely no need, was there, for Vaughan to shift out of the way. He's put his big body where it was. A good carry from Toby King has taken Warrington just a nibble or two inside that Wigan half. It's Yates who comes rocking back, but roll to the ground. It's with Powell, and now Sneed, and Williams, slipping it out. And Gardner just going on his inside shoulder, but not getting the ball just yet. Stone into behalf. Another set of 6 here for Warrington. Restart to the tackle count as Vaughan on the first takes Warrington to within 20 metres here. Best opportunity of the night, certainly for the home team. Sneed slings it back, Williams getting involved, enticing King to come onto it as well, but Wigan's defence is all over there. 10 away. Picked up by Jeff Pulis. Sneed back to the middle, Curry now. Slung out away to Williams, but a good read in defence. Out came Warner to snuff out the danger. But there's more to come here. Powell again, just settling himself. Vaughan just taking it forward with all that thrust and determination. 2 plays to go. Powell's having a look around. What's the decision here? Where are they going? Ratchford's gone right, supporting Williams. Williams puts a kick over the top, Fields across there, but he is stopped by Zach Gardner. And just as well, but Wigan have it back.
Well, good read at the back, wasn't it, from Jay Field, and a couple of big reads out wide from the outside backs.
Well, it's Warrington's turn to turn on the muscle here.
Well, they're certainly getting excited, aren't they, by this home crowd. The atmosphere there certainly lifting them.
There's a dazzling sunshine as well, peering over the stand that Wigan are defending at the moment. But shadows across the ground. Havard in, put down and stopped. And Wigan doing it tough at the moment. Warrington turning the screw. Byrne now comes crashing in. But only 1 play, and Wigan have only reached the 20-metre mark. Smith needs a big kick here, and he has got a decent kick away. And Josh Pulis, the referee, decides has knocked it down and forward. And a huge handling error. Is there a captain's challenge in the air? Well, the question being asked, but George Williams rather forlornly saying no.
Yeah, no, it's a dead set knock on him, was it, Josh Pulis? He's doing a job on the wing, but he, growing up as a kid in Oldham and for Waterhead, he made his name as a fullback. It just takes them all day normally, under no pressure. It was a good kick from Harry Smith, though, wasn't it?
Well, we will offer that dazzling sunshine as maybe an excuse for Josh Pulis there, because it was right in his eye.
Well, that was probably the best defensive set as well. I was only 7 minutes into the game.
Here's Smith. This now is Kieran. Brad O'Neill quickly up there at dummy half. Wigan's turn to try and exert the pressure here. Slow play. Smith helps it on its way. It's Byrne who drives it in. Warrington's defence efficient in stopping the prop forward. Now comes Havard with that latest challenge. O'Neill again stands and waits. Lecembre to his left, but Smith's moved to the right. Held it back. It's Farrimond and now Field, and here comes Eckersley, who was given a glimpse of the outside, but decided against maybe taking them on. It's back with Farrimond again. Ellis just hitting and turning and pushing and meters after contact. O'Neill again, last play here for Wigan. What's the play? It's with Smith. Smith out to Field, quick hands from him, but high hands from him as well, over the head of Liam Marshall. Wigan literally throw the opportunity away, and Warrington have the ball back.
Well, it was just some aggressive defence, and I think it was young Zach Gardner that comes flying in. He pulls the trigger, he goes in for Field, who throws a Hail Mary pass, trying to get to Marshall. Goes over the top. That's a good read, isn't it, from the young centre, the number 37. Doing a very good job. A lot of big raps about that young man.
Sunshine news, by the way, it's disappeared over the stand now. It's gone, so nobody's got any excuses anymore. Warrington going to start from here. Remember the team news, in case you missed it early. Matt Duffy left out disciplinary reasons for Warrington. Steph Ratchford starting at full-back for the first time in about 3 years. And young Zach Gardner in there in the 3 quarters as well, on a night when Warrington have to win. Hopes of making the top 6 are just drifting away. Curry. 15 out from the halfway line. This now is Powell. Sneed again with that boot of his that's caused so much mayhem down the years, but this time a fairly straightforward down the middle, but Feels just teased by the bounce.
But again, a couple of bounces, that ball took, then it managed Warrington to get another 10 metres upfield to just try and pin the cherry and whites back here.
There's Marshall. And the team news as well, late penalty here for Wigan. Luke Yates has given it away. So a chance for them to get downfield, and just to put the end to that sentence, the team news for Wigan, of course, you might have seen their 21-man squad, including Bevan French, but no sign of him in the 17 or indeed the 18 tonight.
There's a couple of things going Wigan's way here. Obviously the mistake by Fewlis, the previous set. Has received Bevan French, Thompson.
Wow. Some decent talent available in coming weeks, you'd have thought, wouldn't you?
Well, they've just gifted the last two possessions to Wigan now. And you look at them now, 35 metres from the line.
Ellis putting it back. Farriman drops it back on the inside here for Kieran to have a go. A little shuffle and a push, and Curry's done well. He's wrestled that ball free. He was the only man in the tackle. And Warrington rather cheaply get the ball back, earning it back. And now King tries an offload. And what was that all about? Because now Wigan have been gifted it straight back again, and Field is in the mood here. He's threatening that defensive line. O'Neill scooping it up. Smith to the left. Wardle puts the big right foot on and then the left foot and shrugs off a couple of defenders. Nasemba now running it in, running into trouble.
You don't know what he's doing. You can see he's getting dominated. Fallow just puts the hand on the ball, knocks it back.
Well, plenty of plays to go. Still 4 to go on the line. Havard. Copybook tackle from Thompson. Puts him on the deck. Picked up by O'Neill. Slow back, and Smith now switches directions to Farriman. And Farriman with some lovely little footwork here, trying to create some space. Nasemba goes direct, drops it back to Farriman, but the read again is good. And the ball steal again is good. Fewlis wins it back. Defensively superb.
Again, the outside back over on the right-hand side was Fewlis guarding it, and they get a penalty on the back of it. No, he's a great player, young Jack Farriman. He's something different, isn't he? But that's a good read from Fewlis. Just takes him to the ground, gets the ball away from him, earns a penalty. Very lively start from both of these sides.
10 metres, boys, middles.
Well, it's a real wrestle here tonight, isn't it? Real battle. Warrington are in the mood. Sneed spinning it. Little bastard ball. Ball, not great momentum, but he's done well to get that offload away. And Curry likewise. And here comes King. And now it's with Jake Fewlis. And across becomes Zach Eckersley, with a real mood changer, with a wonderful effort in defence there.
Well, that's great work, isn't it? Brilliant. From Eckersley, brings down Jake Fewlis. You can see him just shifting the ball. I was just looking at what George Williams and Mark Sneed were doing. They just dropped the head down then as if to say, well, we've just got to build a bit of pressure there, get to our kick in the corners, challenge Wigan. The amount of times we're just gifting the Warriors the ball without them having to work the way out of trouble.
Sam Burgess looking on. These are some of the things we've got to look forward to this weekend again. The NRLW, of course, tomorrow. It needs to be an early starter for those 3 matches, which are on your screens tomorrow. And NRL, some huge games in the NRL this weekend as well. This is Havard. Taken on by Burn. Here comes O'Neill, one-handed pick up from him and to Ellis, and Ellis switching it back to Farriman, and again with a play we've seen before, Kieran coming back on the inside. 2 plays to go here for Wigan, 20 metres for them to cover. Warrington needing to be spot on, and Field advances away. It's an interception, and Josh Fewlis. Oh, but look at Eckersley chasing him here. Fewlis trying to get away. Eckersley's got ground to cover, but it's Josh Fewlis from the interception who goes the distance. But hang on. Well, he was a long way back there. We forgive the referee, Chris Kendall.
We're just checking it's a clean pick-up, please.
Having a look and see if it's a clean pick-up, you'll have heard. So for the first time tonight, let's hear from our video referee.
Not had a tackle yet. The live decision is a try. We're checking for a potential knock-on from Warrington in the build-up. Right, let's go. We've got anything from the other side, just to check from the open side. This one might be our best. Let's go on this angle, please. Slow now. That's always clean by Fewless, so this is okay. We can run this straight through to grounding now. Collects the ball clean. And then just closing on the ground with the ball. And the ball's grounded. I've made my decision.
Well, he's been spectacular in the last couple of weeks, hasn't he? That wonderful try he set up for Matt Duffy at Lee last week. And then here tonight, he's done it all for himself. 90 metres covered, hot pursuit from Eckersley, but try scored by Josh Fewless.
Well, they're getting all the defensive reads out wide, right, Andy. We mentioned before, just a minute or two ago, Gardner and Fewless doing a really good job. When they shift the ball over to this left-hand side, they've been pretty aggressive, haven't they? And Fewless gets his reward. He jammed in, trying to get hold of Wardle, and then it's a foot race. I thought Eckersley was going to just track him down. Well, Josh Fewless has pinned his ears back, went for that line. It's a big, big play from Warrington. They've been under some pressure. They've created their own pressure, really, by gifting the ball to the Warriors. But when they get one chance and one crack at it, Josh Fewless managed to go the other end of the pitch and score. Sam Burgess will be really pleased with that.
It's a misty look, but it's no mistake of the emotion there from Sam as he cheered that one home. And Sneed with the kick that has gone between the uprights. That, by the way, makes him officially the third most prolific goal kicker rather, in the history of Super League. But never mind goal kicks. What about the tries?
Well, they've still got a long way to go in this game, haven't they? 65 minutes. And they've lost the last two games. They could have easily have won them, though. Two close losses. And they want to be hitting some form, pushing for that race to finish in the playoff positions. And Josh Fewless, well, he's just given his side a bit of confidence, hasn't he, with the opening score going to Warrington.
Well, the game tonight, of course, of huge significance in that race for the top six. And St Helens, who've done a number on Wakefield a couple of times this year. Early lead of 12 points to nil in the DIY Kitchen Stadium over in West Yorkshire. So in terms of the top six places, it's been a good start for Warrington. One of their rivals, Wakefield, losing. They're winning. But my goodness, how much time have we got left tonight? And so many things might change. Oh, and that's a Williams pass that couldn't quite hit the outstretched palm of Jake Fewless. And add a play for a Wigan possession. Well,
again, if it comes off, it's spectacular, isn't it? Was that the play to put on? Obviously, you back him, George Williams. All the experience is that he's got his 100th Warrington appearance tonight up against his former side. And as his time again, he probably doesn't throw it.
It's come around quick as well, that, hasn't it? 100 Warrington performances. It just seemed like a couple of minutes that he's been here.
There's nearly 180 appearances for Wigan. Then he went down under, didn't he, to play for Canberra.
Here's Havard. They're looking to settle their ship again here. They've been here before and it ended disastrously, so looking for slicker and safer hands on this occasion. Here comes a big charge from Tyler Dupree, who's fresh from the interchange bench. Harry Smith now. Up to the line and back to Farriman. Farriman now to Fielder, gets involved, and Kieran steps inside. Couldn't get the pass away to a Zach Eckersley, who was unmarked because of that smothering effect of those Warrington defenders. Another set of six for Wigan. Here's Farriman. O'Neill. Havard having a push. Plenty of plays to go for Wigan to try and plot a way through. Here's Dupree. O'Neill's back there. And he's pulling the ground. It goes back to him, to Farriman. And now Smith. And here's Field again, popping up there in that threatening position. But dealt with just about. Stone, I think it was, who got a hold and pulled him down. Smith now. Havard. For a direct route through, non-foul. 2 to go. O'Neill goes shooting out, he gathered. As he got that down, there just seemed a little bit of a lightness of numbers on that Warrington defensive line on that side.
He's tackled 4. We have a live
He
call of
thinks
try.
trying the field.
Just checking ground.
Well, we've seen one from 90 yards. Have we just seen one from a couple of yards? Let's hear from the video referee again.
Tackle 4, we've got a try on field. We're checking ground into the ball, please. Roll this through, he's in possession at this point. Go back slow on this angle, please. Stay on this angle. Slow, slow, slow. Hands on the ball. Hands still on the ball. Go back again, just check that. That's the Warrington player's arm, yeah, so we'll go through now. Brad O'Neill's hands on the ball, still on the ball. And we'll just confirm from the opposite angle, please. Go on this angle. Slow now. Yeah, and finish on the first angle that we was on, please. Yeah, but now, see O'Neill's hands are always on the ball. He's always got possession, and the ball is grounded. Made my decision.
Well, rugby league tries, like rugby league players, come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? Whether you're going 90 yards or from close range, they all add up to the same number of points, and Wigan look like they've got one back here. There's the confirmation. Kick to come. We could be all level again in just a few moments' time.
Yeah, it's a good read, wasn't it, from Brad O'Neill? 2 tries in 2 games now for him. Just spotted a bit of space over on the left-hand side of the ruck. You could see he was faking to go right to Harry Smith, and he just picks out Ben Curry, who's just stood defensively with his feet planted. And Brad O'Neill thinks, yeah, I'm having a bit of that, goes straight at him, carries him over the line. It's an important try, that, for the Warriors.
Interesting choice of kicker here. I mean, we know how good Harry Smith is, and he's chipped in with 25 so far this season, but Adam Kieran has landed 70. He's been the main go-to man, but not selected for this moment. Whether that suggests he's carrying a little bit of an injury or not, maybe that's one for later. Smith will put it over, and we're all square again at 6 points apiece.
There's just been a couple of mistakes that Warrington have made. The Warriors haven't really had to work really hard to get down this end, and when they do get down this end, Brad O'Neill, well, he's posted some points, hasn't he? He played it really tough. They're competing for everything, both sets of players. The execution at the end, and Brad O'Neill just revved up and got over the line.
And that is a kick that goes straight out of play. Mark Sneed just stands and stares and pulls a disbelieving face, because he has given Wigan a penalty back on the halfway line.
But again, I'm going to go back to what I was saying. 20 minutes, they've just gifted the field position. If they're a bit more clinical with the ball and the kicking game, they just find themselves under a bit of pressure here now. Always more difficult defending your line.
Test of the character, whether it's intact or not at the moment, from Warrington's point of view. This is Smith. Again, Sam Walters, a recent returnee and a recent appearer off the bench here from Wigan's point of view. That's something little extra, doesn't he, to that Wigan line when he comes on. This is Farrell now, who's twisting and turning, and he's still pushing and gets very close in the end. O'Neill, Ellis, snatching it back to Smith again. Field again looking to chime in and cause a few problems. There's an obstruction line obviously run, so he's taken the tackle. O'Neill again. Smith. Big effort by Walters. 1 to play, right underneath the sticks. Smith's going to loop it up in the air. The chase is on from Marshall. The ball bounces clear, and St Gardner just watches it out of play, knowing that his side are going to get the ball back again here.
Well, it was just all about numbers here. On the back of Harry Smith's kick, there was enough Wigan players. Just freshening through this. He was isolated all on his own. Some really lonely carries coming in now for Warrington next minute.
Let's get out to Megan Wellens then on the touchline. Oh, penalty here for Warrington, and while they're sorting that out, let's hear from Megan, who's got some news down there, I think.
Yeah, it's just worth keeping an eye on Jake Wardle out there right now. After Brad O'Neill scored his try, he looked in all sorts of bother. Not injured, but unwell. And then in the huddle, he did vomit onto the field. Harry Smith doing his best to clean it up. He came off to the side of the pitch, took a knee for a moment with the trainer, and has gone back out there, but he seems to be really, really struggling.
Well, I'm glad we didn't see that. But Warrington are back in prime position here, and Ryan Mattison, his home debut as well here tonight, the Australian who's just arrived in the last fortnight. Walker goes running out of dummy half, adding a bit of zest, a bit of something different. Not going too far, but he's helped on his way for another couple of yards. He'll take the ball there, but then has he lost it? Well, I think the referee's going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, you get back, Danny, and play it from where you should have done, and we'll ignore the fumble. This is Sneed. And Ratchford's just joining in. Caught around the collar. Referee's not too concerned. Willis throws it back. Sneed once more. Mattison now. Here's Williams. Williams with a left foot step and just stumbled a little into the line. He's still pushing. One play to go. But playmaker Williams is in the mix and playing the ball. So it's back to Sneed with a boot. The kick is high. Marshall gets up there and juggles. But he does manage to touch it down on the floor. And a big sigh of relief for the Wigan winger.
There's so much strike with that right boot, isn't it? Marshall knows he's going to be under a bit of pressure in this game. Looking, just drops it on his head. Throulis is going for it, hoping that it just goes over the top of Marshall, but another set of 6.
Clock, stop, shot clock. I think I've got your teeth in there, Terry. Shot clock counting down, so Smith eventually has to welly it downfield, and Ratchford is there to catch it, and Luke Yates will come barrelling back, and is met face-to-face by Brad O'Neill. This is Walker. Sneed. Williams. And tries to use the pace to get on the outside, but Kieran's there to squeeze him down, and Eckersley lending a hand. Fitzgibbon. Held legs and arms. No progress, no offload. He has to get up and play it as quickly as he can. Walker goes out, and Mattison comes in on that flat line. But it's some robust defending coming on from Wigan at the moment. 2 plays to go. Curry, and the read from Smith gets out there, just causes the ball to drift past the intended target, and Ratchford picking up the pieces and offloads, but after the referee has shouted held. And it's going to be a penalty for Wigan. Well, there you go. Not a simple call of held. The ball carrying arm hit the ground. They're going to challenge it. Ben Curry didn't look impressed, did he?
Jack, it's tackle 4. Warrington are challenging the decision that tackle's complete, and then the ball's been passed, so it's a penalty. They're claiming that the tackle isn't complete.
Stephen Ratchford was convinced that he got it wrong. Let's hear from the video referee.
Captain's challenged by Warrington, and they're challenging the ruling of a penalty for the tackle being complete. The ball carrying arm is always up at this point. Still up. Have we got something from the other side there? Go on this now. Go slow on this. Keep going slow. Keep going slow. Oh, go back on that. The hand and the ball is on the ground, and then let's just check the offload that ball after that. And the ball is then offloaded. Thank you, I've made my decision.
Could you just confirm the mark?
Right decision by the referee. Stephen Ratchford might be onto the groundsman a little later if he cut it a bit shorter. Cut it a bit shorter, might get away with that, but quite clearly he did hit the ground, and the referee's initial call stands. We can get the ball back in.
But you know, you look at Stephen Ratchford's initial reaction on the back of this. He was asked the question by Ben Curry, should we challenge it? He said, I just don't know. He didn't know himself whether to go for it.
I tell you, look at that angle, and it's not
well, there was not
clear
much
cut.
in it, and that's why he wasn't sure.
It's like fielding at slip and not sure whether the ball had carried or not. Anyway, technology sorted it out. The referee with his naked eye was spot on. Nasemba now comes crashing forward. No real dent in that Warrington defensive line. 15 of the half remaining. Locked, all square. Here's Kieran. O'Neill. It's with Faramund, who's putting the dancing footwork on here. O'Neill. Ellis to Smith. And Nasemba's coming on at pace, but the defensive effort from Williams got in there to stop him. The ball juggled, Wigan keep it, only just. Smith. Walters. And with 1 play to go, Wigan find themselves 10 away. It's Field again, just turning circles and cartwheels, and in the end going face first. And Warrington get it back close to their own line.
Yeah, they're just bouncing across the line, just trying to just pull the defender out of the line and use his speed. Obviously, all the defenders, whenever he's got the ball, you're on red alert.
Plenty of Super League action this weekend as well. Hawkeye Castleford tomorrow. And Huddersfield Catalan wrapping up the weekend on the Saturday. Hull against Salford wrapping it up on the Sunday. So plenty of action for your delectation over these next few days. Junior December stay down.
Problem with him straight away. I've said that they didn't get the penalty because he actually brought the tackle and December fell off. Then it was a one-on-one. Well, he was on the ground, and Walters, I think it was, had every right to just jump on top and stop the progression.
Well, he's bounced back from the similar situation in the grand final last year. Shows you that he does have an ability to get back onto his feet here, Junior December, but there is still concern. 2 tries so far tonight, very different in character, very different in style. First of those, Josh Dewley's going the 90 yards. As soon as he got the ball, I think we were ready to call try, but Eckersley came a long way, and for a moment it looked like he was going to get there, didn't he?
I thought Eckersley was going to track him down, but Foley saw him and just managed to get over. They needed that try early on, but then Brad O'Neill just saw Ben Curry just defending on the line, on his heels, gets over. There's nothing in this game at all. Like I said, and the execution from Warrington, they'll be kicking themselves with some of the players that they've done, inviting Matty Pete's men into their half. Well, they haven't really had to work hard for it. The defensive reads from Warrington and for Wigan out wide have been really good. And Junior December, it's a good side, back on his feet, the young man.
Well, it's again for Young and Old. He's one of our young heroes. There's one of our older heroes, Alf Arnold, who will be celebrating his 90th birthday on Sunday. He's Warrington's second oldest living player. His career ended by an eye gouge when he was just 23. He's blind in one eye, but he played in the season when Warrington were last crowned champions, 1955. So happy birthday to Alf on Sunday, and Junior December is leaving the field for the moment for this reason.
He just gets his head in the wrong side, doesn't he? Gardner just bounces across the field and he hits his hip, and as soon as he hits his hip, he's out, isn't he?
Fitzgibbon trying to hold it up and turn.
Well, they'll be hoping he passes that HIA with Hull KR next week, won't they?
Yes. Oh, and there's a foot down from Walker, who's seen the gap. Where's his support? Williams is arriving, but Walker fancies he's got more to do himself here. Skips away from so many defenders. Still going here, Danny Walker. Eventually, 5 away, he's stopped with 1 play to go. Warrington on the edge. Wigan come rushing out in defence. Williams puts the kick in behind them. Up goes the leap. The ball goes to ground. Touched Wigan, I think the referee said. Yes, he did. And it's a drop out underneath the sticks.
Well, a bit of magic there from Danny Walker. And then a bit of magic from George Williams. And Eckersley, well, he felt the pressure from Toby King, didn't he? And he just bats that out with Danny Walker. He came back last week after missing the previous 12. Look at him, he just slows the tempo of his run down, waiting for George Williams, then accelerates. Again, tries to take on the whole Warriors side. It's a big play from him.
Well, we were hearing from the guys beforehand, Sam Tompkins especially, about the battle between the two number 9s tonight, who could well be lining up for England against Australia in the same 17. They're different styles, and we've seen the different styles so far tonight, haven't we?
Danny Walker's a brilliant player. Defensively, offensively, he's really electric. He's powerful. He might not look big, but let me tell you, he squats 260, 270 kilos, that lad.
Is that heavy?
Yes, that is.
Here's Curry, pushing on. 15 away from that Wigan line. Walker again. Here's Sneed. Back to Williams. No look pass. Rutchford puts it out, but can't connect with Jake Pulis.
Do you know it needed to go to Toby King?
Difficult being a coach, isn't it?
Yeah, you look at this play again. Look, the ball's to Toby King. It's not the long pass. It's not the cut-out ball to the winger. It's just the little soft hands to the centre, Toby King. It's coming across. Well, if it was going to Pulis, he needed to be a bit more up in the line, but I thought King was the ball.
So Wigan again doing some tough stuff to get away, and Warrington desperate to keep the clamp tight on them, keep them down there. O'Neill looking left. Here is the tall figure of Sam Walters. A strider 2 gain, a strider 2 push back. O'Neill. It's with Ellis. You get the shoulders through the gap and hoping the legs would follow, but Warrington's defence is tight enough. Smith. Oh, that's high. It's high. It's wobbly. Where's it coming down? And it jags out of play. Yes, it does.
His arm was in his mouth, wasn't he? He didn't know where that was going. When it left his boot, it looked like it was going to be for anybody competing. Stays in the field of play, bounces back. Good job it didn't go into the hands of Marshall. He was just wishing, he was hoping it was going over the sideline through this.
Here's King. Warrington going again. It's a great watch here tonight, isn't it? Just goes one way, goes the other way. It's so tight. There's 9 minutes. And the added context of the importance of the outcome. Well, look at St Helens running away with it at Wakefield. 20 points to 0. Wakefield haven't been beaten by big scores by many this year. They're on the way to it at the moment, it would seem, unless they've got a second half turnaround in them. They're still very much in the balance. Matteson. 1 to go. Walker to Sneed. Sneed travels before putting it high. Fields underneath it, and up and safe, and back to the ground, but there's a bit of a shepherding going on. It's a penalty for Warrington.
Yeah, there was a player taken out, wasn't it? Harry Smith didn't agree. He's just asked the question, Chris Kendall. Look, if you want to challenge it, you can challenge it. It's not a problem. So again, it's a nice kick. Everyone's competing for it. You can just see Harry Smith just runs into the path of George Williams. He's got his eye on that.
Decided to kick for goal here. Not the most surprising decision of the night. Mark Sneed's abilities.
They're going to be so close, isn't it? And it was for George Williams. Mark Sneed just pushing up. And George Williams just decides to lead his troops and just say, look, we'll go for the 2-point here. We'll just try and get our composure back. It's been played at a frantic pace, this game. That good field position. They've got plenty of players in motion against a strong Wigan defensive team. They'll be pretty comfortable for me, Sandbergs, in this game. If they just tighten up a few things.
Sneed settles to the task, rolls up, and does what he does. Sticks it over. 8 points to 6. Half-time not that far away. And an edged lead by the Wolves.
Well, the completion rate more for sides is just high 60s. I reckon both coaches will be hoping just to get that, improve that in the second half to the mid-80s. And whoever respects possession and position on the field will end up going on to win this game.
We start deep, caught safely by Jake Thewlis. They don't like the contact. Not the Warrington fans. King. Another 5 metres earned. Walker again skipping out there. Still having a run at Mago. Here's Curry. Philbin. Crashing in. So we've seen plenty of both benches so far tonight, haven't we?
Joe.
Cruz Leeming and Max Wood are the two we've yet to see. Long way back for Marshall. And when he turns round, it's a long way back the other way.
Yeah, it's a massive kick, isn't it? And the big chase as well from Warrington.
This is Wardle. Not in the best of health, as Megan was telling us, but doing a job at the moment. Eckersley joining in with a go forward.
Well, there was a bit of a problem with Danny Walker's arm then. When he pulled away, looked like he hyperextended his elbow. You see he's got it heavily strapped, his right hand, or right arm.
Liam Farrell takes his team to the halfway line, but they've used up five tackles to get there, so with 1 to play, they need another Smith get-out kick. And again, it's high. And safely this time from Josh Thewlis. Slowly to his feet. I think he felt that.
Yeah, he's just got to play the ball as quick as he can. That's a good carry by his brother Jake, isn't it? Quick play the ball, allow Stefan Ratchford to just get off the line and take a quick 10 metres.
Walker again, Sneed again. Who wants to go? Matteson running in. Fitzgibbon and King. Oh, they've got a bit of space on the outside for Jake Thewlis, who pops it back for King. Philbin had overrun it. Philbin had overrun it. It was a forward pass. Well, they'll complain about it, but it is a forward pass.
Yeah, you could see it, couldn't you? Yeah, it was a nice play from Jake Thewlis to get the ball back to Toby King. Look at him, he sucks in 2 defenders, and he just needed a step behind Toby King. And Joe Philbin's in for the try. Look at him, he's already in front. He tries to pull back, probably spooked by the speed of the man who's got the number 1 jersey in Jay Field, that he's got to have a foot race against to get to the try line.
Well, you could see King delaying as long as he possibly could, knowing the tackle was coming in and knowing that his man was ahead of him, and he could see Joe Philbin just trying to put a few brakes on. A little bit of a chat going on. Terry Matteson coming out of the scrum, and Terry Matteson? Ryan Matteson coming out of the scrum and having a word or two with Sam Walters.
You know, some of the older fans will remember the Locker Cup games when there was coming togethers. Wigan, Warrington at Wilderspool.
And they were friendlies. The Locker Cup was pre-season, wasn't it?
Oh, they were shockers. They were absolute shockers. When the scrums got together, there was no holding back, was there?
No, it's all sorted out, and Wigan have possession. And O'Neill has to wait to collect the ball and go back on the inside, and Patrick Mago comes clattering forward. Takes his side another 2, 3, 4, 5 yards further forward. O'Neill, Havard, squaring up to the 4 who come his way. Matteson trying to dance him round with the help of his 3 teammates. O'Neill drags at Fitzgibbon. You can just feel the heat rising, can't you? It's that kind of a game. O'Neill. And the kick out of the 40 from Farriman. He'll be hoping for a bounce that's kind, but it holds up and allowing Ratchford to pick it up. But again, it's a very decent chase, and Ratchford wanted to carry him back to his goal line, but he manages to find the ground, and Warrington start from there with only 5 or 6 players behind the ball at the moment.
Just trying to up the ante now, aren't they? That was a perfect kick from Jack Farriman into the corner. Second play just in front of the sticks here now.
Wigan are hunting from an offside position, so the penalty goes Warrington's way.
Yeah, well, Harry Smith chose to fly across a few of his players trying to stop or even force an error. Unfortunately, he was offside, gives a penalty away. Another set of 6 now, just before half-time in Wigan's half. See if they can post any more points.
Filled in. Spinning in. Pushing, still driving. With those legs working. Last set, you'd think here, Warrington, before the half-time hooter sounds. Williams carrying well. A real threat as he travelled forward. One play has seen them advance a distance. Sneed to Fitzgibbon, and King had to rush into that because Eckersley was all over him, and Eckersley likewise is all over Jake Thewlis, who picks up the pieces. They've lost momentum, they've lost yards. Sneed again, back to Curry. What can Curry do here other than that? Just straightening it up, making it honest again, and desperately trying to get that ball free for the offload. But a good job done by those defenders. Williams, and a twist by Stone, and an offload finds Ratchford, and back it comes to Walker, who has a look and decides the kick's a very good option. Kieran gets up there and catches it, and Field wants the kick. Field signalled for the kick, but he's kicked it straight into the back for Lachlan Fitzgibbon. And that will be the end of the first half. Jay Field just wanted him to boot it downfield as far as he could. Watch him, point it, kick it. And he did, and he finds a big target on the back of Fitzgibbon. And that will be the end of the first half. We've seen one try of brilliance, one try born out of brutal endeavour. They would have been all square, but for Mark Sneed's boot, Thewlis went 90 yards, O'Neill was much closer, but it's a head coach. What a fabulous record. We'll always be remembered for 98 Sheffield against Wigan and 05 Hull against Leeds. And another fella as well, who this weekend, a big milestone, Paul Crary, 350th match in charge of Barrow, to do it at one club. And you know Paul very well, don't you?
Yeah, incredible with the work he's done for Rugby League up in Cumbria. The work he's done not just for the professional game, but for the amateur game as well. And the game that he loves so much, and coaching at Barrow. And it's a good day out that day, as you know.
We've been there a time or two, haven't we? Not in each other's company, but on several occasions. So yeah, well done to Paul Crary. They play Oldham this weekend. Here we go, second half underway. Mark Sneed finding land at this time. He's kicked one out on the full, hasn't he? But Mago comes crashing back. 8 points to 6. Warrington lead at half-time. It's as tight as we would have hoped. Has it surprised you how tight it is so far?
No, you'd expected it to be really, really physical and nothing in it, because you've got 2 real desperate sides. I think that the ambitious, like Warrington Wolves, they've not quite nailed it this year, just winning 9 games out of 20. They want to be up there competing at the top, and Wigan, well, they're looking for the 3rd consecutive title. They're used to like playing and performing this time of year, getting the performances right in the build-up for playoff rugby.
So he's taken on by Sam Walters. 5 more minutes to play, you would have thought, in the second half. In the absence of Junior December, just to remind you what Graham was saying at half-time. December's gone for the game because of his failure of that HIA. So Wigan 1 interchange down. Warrington getting touch of the ball for the first time in this second half as Thewlis comes skidding forward. Jake Thewlis on that occasion. He's a fella who's had an impact since his arrival from the bench, Yates. Pick up the carry by King. Just bullies his way inside that Wigan half. So they're going to finish this set in a decent position here, looking to put Wigan right on the back foot as Williams at pace takes them on again. Sneed's already calling for the ball. That's where it goes. Left foot puts it very, very high again into the floodlights and down. There's a challenge for it. Sneed's after his own kick, but Field grabs it and can't get out of the in-goal area. Well, the referee's seen a knock-on in the build-up, was looking for advantage. None taken, so Wigan get it back 10 from their own line.
Yeah, they're just playing advantage, seeing what J Field could do. You can see the ball is touched by King, it goes forward.
And of course, Warrington are out of challenges now. Being challenged in that first half, Stefan Rutschford's hand touching the ground, and so therefore he was tackled. So they are out of little C's underneath their name, but Wigan still have theirs. O'Neill. Set up again by Hubbard. O'Neill having a look around. Going centrally again. Ellis stops there, doesn't he? Menko, I think, wanted that ball, showing a little bit of exasperation that he didn't get the pass. Full stop to that move. Smith spinning it left. Wardle with that iconic footwork of his, but doesn't take him too far on his travels, and one to go. Smith rolling it back to the middle. It's Farriman's duty to put it high. Underneath it is Jake Hewlis, but he's not got there. It's taken instead by Eckersley, who's got the ball away. Farrell plays it on, and Farriman will finish. Oh, they picked their pockets. Fine style. Referee's having a think about it and decides he needs technology to come to the fore here.
Wigan
might just have pinched one here, though.
Just checking ball carrying out and hit the floor, please.
Plenty to look at. Let's hear from the video referee Jack Smith straight away at the start of this second half.
It's tackle 5. We've got a try on field. We're checking if the ball carrying arm touches the ground or not. The first is the kick, so let's check that. All right-hand side kick chase is onside, so we can run this through to the catch by Eckersley. Clean catch. Now need to check if the ball carrying arm is down. I've got something from the other side, please. Right, so let's have a look at the ball. All ball carrying arm touches the ground. It doesn't, and it's offloaded. So now we come back to the wide angle, please. It's collected clean by Farrell. And we'll check this close in again now. So we'll go and run from here. Ball carrying arm of Liam Farrell is always up, and that's clean by Farrimond, and we'll go through to grounding. Feet are in the field, and the ball's grounded. I've made my decision.
Well, ball carrying arms have been a feature of the night, haven't they? One try ruled out because it hit the ground. One try stands because it didn't. And right at the start of the second half, Wigan will have the lead here. And the rafters rattled by those Wigan cheers.
Well, it was a wicked kick, wasn't it, from that man? He started it and he finished it. Young Farriman missed the last 2 games, comes back into the side. Well, he's a quality player, isn't he? Look at it. As soon as he gets this ball, he just has a little look up, sees where he's going to kick it. It's a great take from Eckersley. Gets above Foulis, manages to offload that ball. And there you go. Never give up on a play. You kick the ball, and it's still all about competing for everything. Fight for every play. You suck in the numbers, and Liam Farrell, the old stager, gives it to the young man. We've said right the way through, Dave, and we talked about him before the game, how exciting this young man is, Jack Farriman, and what the pathway will be like for him going forward. Obviously, Bevan French coming back into side, Harry Smith there as well. Well, let me tell you, that's an exciting young talent.
Yeah, 7th appearance as we saw this season, and 5 tries, I make that now to his name. So he's certainly chipping in, and Harry Smith with a chance to extend. And it always looks good until the last minute and it drifts wide. 8 for Warrington, 10 for Wigan. The balance shifts a little.
Yeah, well, Eckersley, look at that. There was only going to be one winner then. Foulis couldn't get off the ground to get it. Farrell, just nice and composed, gives it the young man. And that's good play from Jack Farriman, recognising And the coach as well applauds. Sandberg just disappointed, really.
There's always that advantage to the chasing pack, isn't there, on kicks like that? They can move at speed, they can lift off the floor with a little more ease than the stationary defender underneath it.
It's always easy for the man running onto the ball to jump higher than the man who stood with his feet on the ground.
Shuffling it back to Farrell again, and Farrell pushing, but not too far. O'Neill standing and waiting. Wigan fans in good voice at the moment, but Warrington fans will be hoping that their side have got plenty of juice left in this game. Walters just pushing them off. It's like Gulliver in the land of the Lilliputians there, wasn't he? Just pushing them away and eventually tied to the ground. Ellis straightens. 1 to go. Smith putting it high. Jake Thewlis, who didn't quite get there this time. Josh Thewlis, rather. Didn't quite get there this time. He's got the luck of the bounce.
Yeah, they're lucky, aren't they, then? Zach Gardner just... I think there's a question here whether Zach Gardner actually touched it. He's really saying to the Wigan players, but they're going to challenge it here, Dave.
I'm in dialogue with the captain. I've got to, it's 10 seconds from when I listen, it's 10 seconds from when I explain the decision.
There you go.
Time off.
George Williams obviously saying they took too long about
The
that,
captain
and he's
challenged that.
explaining why they haven't,
We're going to
in his
challenge the
opinion.
decision that the ball hasn't been touched. So it will be touch, Warrington ball.
Tackle 5, Wigan are challenging the ruling of into touch, push from kick. So we've got Walters and all the right side onside. Wardle is onside. Walters off. And this reads the catch. See any involvement from Walters?
It'll be reviewed. It's been reviewed.
Stay on the camera 4, please, for us, just to... Yeah, Walters is going to be passive in this place. This is okay. We're now on to a possible touch by Warrington. We're slow past the hands.
Walters is passive.
Really slow past the hand. Screens for us.
Passive.
Can't see on that. Just confirm it as it goes past the fingers. Can we see if it touched? Have we got any other angles? Goes past the hand. Can't establish on that. Have we got any other angles of this? Go back on that angle, please. Same angle and just back as it goes past the hand. And I can't establish on that. So the challenge... I've viewed all the angles. The challenge will be inconclusive on this. Wigan will retain the right to challenge.
Well, I thought we were going to have a Michael Withers moment there. We're going to be on that for about an hour. Remember that grand final? But inconclusive is the judgment. So Wigan retain their challenge. But the referee's decision on the field stays the same, and Warrington get head and feet here.
That was a nervous young man, wasn't it? A nervous young man then. Marshall just did everything right, didn't he, to get over the top of him. Harry Smith just calling for the challenge. And all this will do, let me tell you, just make probably the Warriors a bit more ferocious, a bit more frantic in the defence. Big charge.
Game on. Game on. As it has been right from the start, and a penalty goes Warrington's way. And Mark Sneed will relish putting a big left foot on this and taking his side much further downfield.
Well, that's it. And the big thing is control your emotions when you think a player's gone against you. Brad O'Neill was physical in that challenge, unfortunately gives a penalty away.
So Warrington looking to set up camp in their opponent's half here in this set. Spilbin crashing, banging it in again. Walker. Here's Curry. He's taking it on, offering the challenge. 3 of them there. Lifting and downing him. Walker again. Philbin wants another go and comes on another flat ball. There's another big effort. Self-destruct bottom pressed as he tried to destruct those ahead of him as well. It's Sneed now. It's with Williams, offering the pace, seeing the gap, going for the line, and scoring a try of pure brilliance. George Williams at his stylish best. 100 game for Warrington, and that's exactly what they got him for.
Well, that's the way to mark your landmark game, isn't it? Well, they paid big money to bring him back from Australia, and they know what they got. They've got a winner there, haven't they? Those sort of clutch plays, those clutch moments in games, you want someone to step up and take control, and he certainly does make things happen. And you can see Mark Sneed goes deep into the line and gives it to Williams, and what he is when George Williams gets over the ball, he's a run threat. Look at that. He turns Kieran inside out, gets on the outside of the youngster, Farimond, and goes in for a crucial try for the Wolves. It's a big play. Like I said, you look at his half-back partner, he does enough, doesn't he, to just get those defenders interested. The running game, the threat from that man, George Williams, he knows that's a big time to score a try.
Well, they were saying in the build-up that the attacking threat was perhaps only George Williams for Warrington tonight. Well, my goodness. If that's your attacking threat, you'd be joyful, wouldn't you? Well, they are. They loved it. They'll be doing little George Williams runs tomorrow, I'm sure, in their school holidays. Put a ball in their hands, they'll be dancing through. Whoa! And there's the delight of being spotted for all that makeup, all that time in makeup, and you get spotted by the cameras. So Sneed now to extend the lead to 4. It's back to 2 points at the moment. Sneed from the touchline. Oh, it's the post and bounces clear. So it's swinging 2 points this way, 2 points the other. It's Warrington with the advantage at 12-10 with 50 minutes played.
Well, Warrington, when they get up near their opponent's line, that good ball earlier, you can see he just did enough, didn't he? Mark Sneed to just create a bit of space so he can execute his running game and just really target Kieran and Farimond, get to try. So that's an important try, not only for what the scoreboard looks like, but for a bit of the confidence as well for them as we go into the last half hour of the game.
Well, it's all on, and to remind you, Warrington desperately needing to win to cling on to those top 6 hopes. Wigan rather desperately needing to win to close the gap on league leaders Holkingston Rovers, perhaps just as pertinently to extend the lead on Lee and Leeds. And St Helens at the moment are doing a job that will take them up to 4th place, leapfrogging Leeds. Although Wakefield have got points back in that game, so that ain't necessarily done and dusted. Love this time of year. Love this time of year in the rugby league calendar. The kick is big. Field gets a bounce. The chase is good, and he stops just about where he started, not too far ahead of that.
Well, that's it. What's your attitude like to chase really hard on the back of the kick when it goes downfield? Looks pretty good on that set. Cruz leaning. He's just going to look to injection pace the number 17 from the ruck. Do exactly what Danny Walker did when he come onto the field.
Wiggles pounded down against that Gardner, very much involved in that defensive effort. Cruz leaning on the field. This is Farrell. Leaning, having a look. He offers that running thread, of course, as well, and a dummy half. Should it offer itself? Field again, and a step inside. Trying to at George Williams, but Williams might have been turned, but Stone was there for the tackle. Farimond. Two defenders back there. I'm not sure about this kick. It's gone straight out of play. There was nothing convincing about that from the moment it left his boot.
Yeah, no, he probably knew that as well. He was going for the same player, wasn't he, to get Marshall, or Eckersley, sorry, on top of Foulis, and just goes out of the play. Yeah, be disappointed with that. As soon as he kicked it, he knew that it was the wrong kick.
Maxwood on the field. Again, scurrying around, just looking busy every time he gets the ball. brings out that little tussle. Curry, 1 against 3, is pushed back. Walker again. Williams. There's Josh Dewlis, putting back towards the middle and the left, and trying to slice a hole in that Wigan defence. It's not for giving up territory, but Walker's just having a glimpse of what might be again here. Couple of plays to go. Mattison has to do well there. Williams puts a kick that hits the head of Smith. Woods after it. Oh, got excited. Lost the ball.
He's made a mistake, didn't he? George Williams again just spotting some opportunities over on the right hand side, trying to play the ball quick. You could just see that the ball is lost from Max Wood. Against the side that released him last January, I think he came on trial. Max Wood from Wigan to Warrington. Not been a bad pick-up really for Sam Burgess.
Well, Warrington were desperately close to the prize last week and managed to spill the goods on their way to the full-time hooter against Lee. They'll be hoping they've learnt lessons. Show a bit of resilience tonight. But the lead is marginal. Zach Gardner, of course, carries a famous name, and there's his famous dad, Aidy, who runs the touchline these days for Warrington, of course. Big hero of St Helens as a player. He's from Barrow as well, to continue the Barrow. There you go. Leaning. Dancing left, Smith now throws it wide, Marshall just pokes it forward, but Gardner's done well again. That'll be proud. Done well to tidy up the possible mayhem. Warrington start with possession again, but deep inside their own.
No, you would say any time that Warrington get near their own line, they've got to get it to centre field as quick as possible. They're just trying to get off the line really quickly here. They're pressing hard, they're trying to get numbers in, slow it down, shift the ball maybe 2 players, just try and open up the field and give them more options, Warrington.
Well, Ratchford did well to reel that one in. Don't offload again, Stefan, you touched the ground. Walker runs into his own man, so whatever was first in his thoughts, he quickly goes to plan B.
Well, his first thought, he was looking to go for the 40-20, wasn't he?
Ratchford, Sneed. Looks height on that field, has to travel a distance, but never in doubt. And he just pushed 2 off, and he got rid of a 3rd. They would have been travelling with menace.
Josh Wheeler's again just doing a decent number. Nice line from Marshall, being behind the ruck.
Stone lands on top after Wood had done the job. Walters.
That is a solid hit, that is it from Williams on a big man.
Leaning. Sticks it out, it's over the top, and here comes Eckersley, who's got on the outside. They've got cover flooding in as well. It's going to be a touchdown from Farrell. The old fella got up there. The young fella having started it. And the man in the middle points a finger, does he? Yes, he does. And it swings back Wigan's way. It's a match you cannot take your eyes off.
Yeah, well, there's nothing in this game. We expected it to be like that. He's been so reliable during his career, hasn't he? And you look at him here now. He gets up the field. It's a nice little offload, isn't it? A little run around. Nice ball over the top from Harry Smith. And Eckersley, look at that. Nice weight. Spotted that there's no fullback at the back. Liam Farrell, well, he called for it. They shift the ball over to the right-hand side. It's that offload from me for Navard that does the job. The ball from Smith, and you just look how composed Eckersley is. Just weighs up the situation, kicks the ball, takes a perfect bounce, and Farrell's the Mr. Reliable, and just takes Wigan in front yet again with a kick to come. And there you go, Matty Pete. He knows how important that try could be.
He could be on the terraces, couldn't he? That's the emotion.
You know, they live every moment of the game, don't they?
He's the oldest player on the Wigan side tonight, but Stephen Ratchford can give him a year or two on the other side. So 57 minutes gone. Wigan 14-12 the lead. You'd expect this to be 4 points in just a second from that distance and this range from Harry Smith, but it's a long way from being decided. What a tussle. Smith settles, strokes it over, and it is 12 for Warrington, 16 now for the Wigan Warriors.
It was only the sixth offload in the game for Ethan Allard, but he sets that man free out wide. Eckersley, it's a great kick, isn't it? And what you like about Liam Farrell is just his urgency, his effort, play on play. He always turns up doing the little things right. He did the little things right then and got rewarded and got his side back in front in this close encounter.
They have won their last 3 games against Warrington at Wigan. This season already, that romp, that sheer delight of a game in Las Vegas, which seems an age ago now, doesn't it? Much tighter affair at Magic Weekend. And a tight affair here at Warrington tonight. Not much between them in those match stats. Not much between them on the scoreboard.
Not a good record against Warrington over the last 10 games. Warrington only won 1 of them.
Walters. Control Fitzgibbon, who hangs on manfully.
Well, if you watch Fitzgibbon, the number 12 Warrington, he's been flying off the line a number of times trying to nail somebody.
Smith with the kick. It is Josh Dewlis covering his poise and running it back and finding a decent Wigan chase, but Warrington now have chance of balling them.
There's still some points left in this game for either side. Going into the final quarter, and a big quarter of the big shots.
That was a thudding hit on Dewlis, wasn't it?
Well, you give Jake Fulis something, the young man. He's not scared of anything, is he? There's another big shot as well.
Leaning, getting in the face of Zach Gardner, keeping Warrington's go forward to an absolute minimum. They need a big carry here. King has taken them just inside that Wigan half. Back it comes to Williams, just trying to hold off Leaning, who has to let go in the end because Williams twists away. And the last 2 carries have taken Warrington decent distance. But they've only 1 to go. Sneed again. Harris with a kick and puts it high. Fields put his name on this, and up he goes, and down he comes, and bang, he's hit.
Make sure you're nice and disciplined there, working with the referee. So the Warriors getting off the line, just trying to knock it into next week. Well, they've got to do the same here. Well, they've got to be pretty physical. Marshall lining up, Cruz Lehman just trying to inject a bit of pace.
Great football. Marshall was there, but my goodness, George Williams is having a night tonight, isn't he? Leaning. Scuttling another 8 metres or so. Wigan's hands at the moment, but as we've seen so far in the game, that can change. Here's the last. To Smith again. And another big one. Ratchford needs to come forward and runs into the teeth of a gale of Wigan players who are waiting for him. And I think he's lost it, has he? No, it's a penalty. Penalty. Ballston.
Stephen Ratchford, nearly 20 years as a pro. So good at the back, isn't he? Just had to change. Where he was going, the ball just changed direction. You can see Sam Watson just made a bit of a pull on the ball. The referee just caught him. Chris Kendall. And again, it just helps Warrington get out of trouble.
Yates doing what he does. Walker distributing nicely enough. Wood with a push. Wrapped up very quickly after he took the ball, so not a long way to go forward for him. Sneed again, looking left. Stonesdale jumping into the gap. The former Salford Red Devils teammates, of course, not that long ago. Matteson offloads and leaving, sneaking up. I don't think Walker knew he was there.
Well, that's some urgency, isn't it? Well, from Cruz Lehman to get on that ball, then fight for every yard that you're going to get on this pitch.
We say it so often at this time of year. Playoff feel to this game, real playoff feel to the game.
Well, Danny Walker just nudged off the ball by Cruz Lehman. The offload from Matteson probably wasn't on if it wasn't going to go to hand. Just put your side under a bit of pressure here.
That's a Kieran. Not a lot on out there for Adam Kieran, other than to try and gain as many yards as he possibly can in difficult circumstances. Faramond. Leaning, slinging it back to Ellis, and Smith now up to the line, and spin and a fall from Sam Walters. One play to go. Smith booting it high. There's a challenge here. Wardle puts it back. Went forward. Well, they can't challenge forward, can they?
The late match is just saying he's been nudged off the ball then. I think that's what he's trying to challenge, and what he's saying to the referee. That when the ball goes up, like you can see, through this goes in, just nudges him. So we can't compete for that ball and catch it cleanly.
Yeah, they've accepted the penalty. Well, I was going to say that. He's given it as a forward pass, and then he's given Warrington a penalty. Well, which Mark Sneed wasn't going to tell him about, was he?
He's getting confused because everyone's entering the poor old referee. He's asking for penalties here, there, and everyone to play the ball in our favour. Everyone's calling for it.
I'm glad he got that right, otherwise there could have been some discussion afterwards.
It was all the confusion with whether Marshall was going to do the captain's challenge.
Yeah. Well, they've lost a yard or two here because Wigan are insistent that they want Warrington to gain as little as possible. They are fired up in this set here. Bodies falling under the weight of what's coming their way from Warrington's point of view. Two gone. Not a lot gained. Stone crashes in. Minimal yardage again. Walker has a look. And a knock-on.
Knock-on.
Do you put that down to the weight of the defensive effort?
Do you know, you put it down to how physical you are. You can just see he's trying to get up. Yeah, he's getting up. He's got a bit of loose carry on it. There is a loose hand there from Tyler Dupree. But it's up to the man who's getting up to play the ball. Sam Stone, he's got to make sure he controls that ball. He knows he's made an error. So close to the line. And through some strong physical defence, Wigan find themselves in good striking distance, Sam Burgess's men.
Huge set with just over 15 minutes to go. I don't think either side is looking down have managed a two-score lead at any point in the game so far. Wigan score next, and that's exactly where they will be sitting. Warrington needing to score twice, so that's why Warrington need to keep them out here if they can. Dupree's lost the ball. No, he's not. No, he's not. Referee says give it him back. Play on. Hammond now crashing in. Ratchford and co just about stopping him in his tracks. Leaning out a dummy half. Slings it back to Smith. Here now is Faramond. Has to stop and turn back the other way early in the count, so he's not going to kick it from there. He'll just take the tackle and take his medicine. And Wigan start again. Another set of six. Another set of six. Smith not under any pressure to produce a miracle. Leaning back to Dupree, charging between shoulders, pushing harder with those big legs of his, trying to get the arm free. In the end, Warrington wrap him up and close him down. Leaning again, Farrell's to his right, Faramond's edging left. Leaning now, puts it back, Faramond throws it wide, Kieran pushing up one, out it goes to Eckersley, and he fancies he might just have a big try here tonight. Wigan edging closer to victory, 14 minutes to play, but for the first time Wigan have a two-score lead against the Wolves.
Well, they lock on, don't they? Zach Eckersley has had a decent game, hasn't he? And you just see Stone, he gets up, loses the ball. they said he just gifted that field position, and it seems like they've done that a number of times in this game. Farriman goes over to the right-hand side. You could just see Toby King. He'll be disappointed when he watches that back. The way that he stood up, he hesitates. It makes him like a weak defender when he's backing off and he's on his heels. And Kieran, what a great ball to Zach Eckersley, who's just hugging that touchline, and the great flick pass. And that's a big play from the young man in an important game.
He knows now there's a distance to be covered if Warrington are going to get back into this.
No, it's a big call for him now to come back. There's still a kick to come. They're 8 points behind. Can they score 2 tries against a really dominant defensive side? They're disappointed though. You can see George Williams, Danny Walker just talking to each other. What they need.
All eyes on this match, of course. Their focus on this match, but matters elsewhere are important as well, and they have at least consolation at Wakefield. Look as though they're going down to defeat, so there will still be 4 points between the two at the end of the night. Hull still to play, of course, and you'd expect them a big win against Salford at the weekend, which would take them to 23 points. So the race for the top 6 remains very intriguing. Smith has put it wide, and it remains at 20 points to 12. Right, Warrington, what have you got? What is in the tank left for them to get back into the game?
I'm sure that they're going to go short here, aren't they? They need the ball back, don't they? That's a great play from Adam Kieran. Sam Burgess just making some more to be really disappointed with that try that they've conceded. No, he's going long. He's not taking any chances. Well, at least they're going short. It's a bit of a competition, really, to get the ball back.
Time ticking by, still time enough for this to be turned around. Both sides will know that, but another 2-3 minutes played and suddenly you're into the 70s and it gets a little more desperate. Leeming, Walters, Leeming again. Looking to deliver, big men looking just to pound the ground and get themselves as far downfield. Nothing fancy here.
Yeah, that's it, just tic-tacking up the field, just keeping it nice and tight before it goes to this man to kick it.
With a big kick. Matchford with a catch. Throwing it wide, here's Jake Thewlis. Well, we know Warrington have got sparkle, we know they've got pace on the outside. We've seen Williams at his deadly best tonight, so they'll feel they can rescue this.
Yeah, they've got some creative players on there. They need a quick play the ball low for that man to exploit behind.
Josh Thewlis will pick himself up and Danny Walker waits patiently again. Williams. Fitzgibbons put down on his back. Warrington are edging towards the halfway line, but they're running out of tackles as well here. Williams again trying to make things happen down that left attacking channel. Wigan have his number on this occasion and one play. So Ratchford, that's huge, that is huge, and too big. Bounces out of play, offers advantage back Wigan's way. 7 tackle count with a tap on the 20-metre mark.
Yeah, well, they just needed that ball to bounce back in field instead of over the dead ball. I say 7 tackles now, which will really help Wigan get up there and into Warrington's half. I think there'll just be really some tough work from the forwards going forward.
Junior Nassemba is off the field, having failed an HIA, which means he will miss, of course, that big game next week. Wigan against Hull Kingston Rovers. The Battle of the Brick Stadium coming your way as ever on Sky Sports. It's going to be quite a night. It'll be first against second. It's not necessarily going to decide who takes the League Leaders' Shield spoils. Maybe he'll be back next week. Maybe they'll both be back. Abbas Miski in the frame there as well. French was in the 21 today, but clearly hasn't figured in the playing squad. This is Field. Leeming. Smith. Which way does he want to go? He's not sure. Picks up field.
Surrender, 5.
Had miracles to work there. Who's going to get through that? One play. Leaving out to Farrimond, and Farrell's on the chase again here. Ratchford, and he takes the ground and keeps his side in possession. But a long, long way to go. And look at, whoa, ball's been spilled. Leaving puts it out, and Farrimond, just to underline that graphic you've just seen, Wigan are deadly in the last 10 minutes of matches. But have they got one here?
Right, Jack. That's 0 tackle. We have a live call of try. We're just checking there's not 2 knock-ons here. And then the grounding, please, make sure it puts it down on the
Couple of
line.
knock-ons and the grounding. Let's hear from Jack Smith again.
0 tackle, we've got a try on field. We check potential 2 knock-ons and grounding. Pulis loses that ball and that misses Eckersley. It's then just something from the side. It appears always off the leg of Lehman. Got something from the other side. Go back, please, on this angle. Right, there we go. We'll go down now. Right leg, left leg. So now can we just check that the person who picks the ball up is either Lehman or an onside player? It is Lehman. Then we'll go into the corner. Farrimond's in possession. Just go back on this angle, please. Slow now. Slow. Hand remains on the ball. That's the line. We can check, confirm from the corner angle, please. You've not got a corner angle with that. But that one will be all right. Go on that. Is camera 5 any good for us? Try this angle. Yeah, this one. Go on, marry it up. That one. His hand remains on the ball, and we've established on the first angle that it gets to the line. We're just checking that his hand maintains possession with the ball all the way to the line. I've made my decision.
Well, it sounds like he's going to give it. Sounds like he's going to give it, and that is a massive moment. Here we go. Here we go. Everyone's expecting. And Jack, the lad, has done it for a second time. The 19-year-old with a try that surely seals the win now, that cements Wigan's second spot, that has Warrington looking up at dark clouds before they can see the top 6. It's a potentially defining moment of the season here tonight.
Well, again, just look at the line speed there from the Warriors. And hasn't he got a knack of being in the right place at the right time? Jack Farrimond, like you said, second of the night, scored 1 last week against Catalan. Quality youngster. It's been a real tough game, physical game. And the scoreboard now looks heavily in favour of the Warriors, but there's been absolutely nothing in it. And Warrington, when they look back and review it, Sam Burgess, they'll be frustrated with the mistakes that they've made in their own half, maybe overplaying at times. They're so disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, this week and last week, when they brought an intensity to the game, they brought an attitude to the game, and yet they're going to end up leaving both empty-handed, aren't they?
Yeah, look, you only have to look at the roster. You only have to look at the players stood behind the try line there.
Still a big kick, this, because this will be a 3-score lead if he gets it over. No, so there is still a glimmer here. 24 points to 12. If Warrington can somehow, and it is unlikely, but with 7 minutes to go, there's time, just. If they can score 2 tries and 2 goals, then they bring it back level again. Well, the gamble, the dice are rolled. Curry has it. They have the ball back. That was task 1, and now they've got a full set here to have a go at this Wigan line. He's given a 6 against sign, but that's just an extra tackle, basically, from Warrington's point of view. Sam Powell at dummy half. Ahead of Vaughan, and now Sneed, and here comes Williams, and Williams pops it over the top. The cutback on the inside, Jake Dewlis. But they are edging closer here, Warrington. they don't feel the conclusion has been reached just yet. There's still fight in these Wolves. King wanted to offload, but there was no one close enough, but it is a penalty. So effectively another set of 6 here, tap and go.
Yeah, I think Sam Walters is going to get penalised there for the hit on Steph Ratchford. There you go, saying no attempt to wrap. So Warrington looking to play the ball or tap the ball quickly here.
Well, they're challenging here, Wigan.
Jack, we have a captain's challenge.
And here we go.
We're going to challenge the decision of a late hit penalty.
Well, you get the feeling this is tactical, don't you? Yeah. But anyway, video referee.
Tackle 2, Wigan is challenging the ruling of a late tackle. Ratchford's in possession, see when the ball leaves his hands. The ball has left his hands. Sam Walters takes a step into Ratchford that is unnecessary. Thank you, I've made my decision.
Well, I think they all knew. I think Wigan in their heart of hearts knew that that was not going to go their way. It's just a case of slowing things down, getting some oxygen back in their lungs, getting themselves ready for this Warrington onslaught.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, tactical, isn't it? Just to reset, regather the thoughts, get some oxygen back into them. And Warrington now knowing that they need to score in this set of 6.
This, and then again. Yates edging them closer. Powell bellowing out of dummy half, encouraging players to run where he wants them to run, and Matteson is the first of those. He's twisted down and put down. Wigan know the importance of this. Warrington know the importance of this. These next 4 plays. Oh, the ball's batted, and it's going to be knocked on by Wardle. Got hands on that.
That's going to be play on.
Still in play, yeah. Still in play.
Yeah, come off a Wigan hand.
So another set of 6 effectively. Brought back by Gardner. Powell again. Williams putting himself right in the middle of it, as he has to do. Out it goes to Sneed. Now it's with Ratchford. Short to King. King desperately wants to get it away. Ratchford's there to loop it in, but 3 defenders attracted quickly to him, and out he goes. Wigan's defence surely wins the day.
Ruthless, 75 minutes, 5 minutes to go in this game, which has been aggressive, it's been ferocious, and you can just see the effort. The 4 players in attendance celebrating as though they've scored a try.
And they will take all the time in the world. Just not quite a done deal, but very, very close to that now. Leeming. Eckersley, one of the try scorers tonight, bringing it out. Leeming again, 4 minutes to play. Wardle, who appears to have been playing through illness tonight. Just racking it forward again. Again, there's nothing fancy from this Wigan side. There doesn't need to be anything fancy from this Wigan side. They'll just see it through. And again, Warrington desperate to get the ball back. Leeming. Smith. Again, real distance on the kick. Josh Dewlis underneath it, catches and looking to return, and it's an umbrella of defenders advancing his way.
Yeah, he's just got nowhere to go there, has he? When he looks up, catches that ball, and again, just Cruz Leeming just leading the line. Talking, communicating with everyone with him. Sam Walters, Byrne, Tyler Dupree, Cruz Leeming.
Just haven't given up claiming ground, have they, Wigan, with or without the ball? But it is a penalty.
Just a bit too much in that tackle then from Liam Byrne. You can see when he goes on to Gardner, just a bit too much. A little push on the back of it.
Big win for St Helens tonight, 34 points to 4. That is a big statement win from St Helens, by the way, moving up to 4th place, leapfrogging over Leeds and doing their points difference some real good as well. Not that they desperately needed that, they've already got a great points difference, but that just shores it up a little further. Warrington might consider this a missed opportunity, given the fact that Wakefield have lost. Ratchford. 3 to go, but only 2 minutes left. We're into the territory of impossible. Williams. Matterson away to Sneed. Sneed with a kick towards the corner. The bounce, always awkward for French. It's held up and it's moved left. And a score in the corner from Jake Pulis. You'd think too little too late. But the clock will stop as we go for another video referee here.
The knockdown and then grounding, please.
3 things to consider for the video referee, Jack Smith.
Tackle 3, live positions try. First of all, we'll check the onside from the first kick. All chase have both feet behind the ball, so we can run this through, please. Then a bouncing ball. A pat by Pulis. Let's have a look on this. Go back to the pat down, please, from Pulis. Yeah, he's never taken possession, so let's go back to camera 4, please, and have a look where it's initially touched and where it lands. It's touched on the line and lands on the line, so this is okay. It's not a knock-on. Takes possession of the ball clean. His feet are in the field at this point. Still in the field. Just confirm on the back angle, please, that his right leg stays in. And go back to the front angle to finish, please. So on that, both feet are in the field, and the ball's grounded. Made no decision.
Well, miracles do happen, and there is still a chance of a miracle here tonight. That stopping of the clock means that Mark Sneed's been able to put that ball on the tee and prepare himself for a kick he has to nail. Sneed showing full concentration. He's not going to rush too fast, because there will still be a minute or so from the restart when Warrington will get the ball back, all things being equal. But this, first of all, has to go over. Sneed, left-footed, sends it where he wants it to go, and the flags are up, and it is still a game that could be won or lost, or indeed taken to golden point extra time.
Well, Josh Pulis come from one side of the pitch to the other to create this try for his little brother. Pats it back. Toby King's on hand. Nice play. And Wigan now will just take the time here.
Well, a done deal suddenly becomes a nervous proposition for both sides. There's still a game to be possibly won and lost. Still Wigan, the very hot favourites, but Warrington will get a full set of 6 if they catch this safely to have a go. Oh, my goodness, a bit of a reach, but it is taken in. Here we go. Fasten the seatbelts, because Warrington will throw everything at high speed at Wigan in what remains of this game. It's led in the first instance by Yates. 2 tackles gone. Sneed now to Williams. Williams, little flick. Oh, it doesn't leave his hands. Curry was travelling at speed past him. Williams couldn't get it out, not safely. 3 gone, 3 to go. Back to Sneed. Sneed along the line. Matterson now. Ratchford helps it out. King will carry it, and look at what's ahead of him. And hold it up and take it inside Wigan territory. 2 to go. And one of those is likely to be a Sneed kick that goes up into the heavens. Vaughan puts it back. Curry now. He has a look. He's knocked it on. He's knocked it on. Someone's thrown a bucket of water over the flames. It's Wigan's win after all. It was an unlikely proposition, but now it's an impossible proposition.
Yeah, desperation from Warrington then, knowing that the clock was against them. And Matty Pete knows that they've come here, they've got points. He knew exactly what to expect in this game. He's been involved in a few of them, coaching against them, as Sam Burgess. Like we said during commentary, probably look back at this game and the mistakes, the errors and where they made them. It's probably cost them in the end. If you look back at the 3 games, including this one that they've lost, it's been by 1 score. So they are competing, Sam Burgess's men, but they've got to start nailing those wins.
Well, it was a memorable game for so many reasons. Wigan cement second spot. Warrington still find themselves 4 adrift of the top 6, but now with only 6 games to go. But a super matchup between these 2 sides tonight, which Wigan have won by 24 points to 18.